Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Speaking into the Abyss. I am your host, Jess, and that is your host,
Des.
Hello, Des.
Hello, Jess.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty swell on this beautiful morning.
I love that.
Thank you. I'm obviously I've been resting, you know me.
That is amazing. I'm so glad one of us is.
I know, I feel really bad that you haven't been able to get any real rest.
Yeah.
Just a little nap. But busy day, huh?
Busy day.
Busy.
Yes, busy bee.
Last night I went to go see a band called Trsh, TRSH. I'm wearing one of their shirts I got there.
Nice, very
Isn't
cute.
it cute?
Did they make that for you?
I that's literally what I said when I walked in. I was looking at the merch. I was like, oh, that one's cool. That one's cool. I was like, oh my god, Oscar the Grouch. I was like, they knew I was coming. They knew I love Muppets. It's gonna match my freaking bag now.
I know. I was literally thinking that.
I'm so excited. I love it. It says I love trash and it's Oscar the Grouch.
Yes.
Amazing show. It was at the Holland Project, classic venue, all ages, always, all the time, for the youngsters to have a cool place to
nice.
hang out. And it's free of substances so the kids can have a chill time. But they had 3 other bands, and forgive me for not knowing their names. You can probably look up the tour. It was called Type Shit tour.
Okay, nice.
And the whole time every band was like Type Shit. Every time
nice.
the crowd was going crazy or whatever. But the other bands were killing it. I know I saved one of the bands. I think they were called Summer Brews.
Okay.
And they were so good too. And then Trash headlined. It was their first headlining tour. I saw them when they came to Reno 2.5 years ago or whatever, and so it was cool because I got to photo with him last year or the other year, and then I got a photo with him this year, and it was awesome. He's very nice. His name's Derek Barry, the drag queen, and I think that's hilarious. Because I think that's how I found him, was on TikTok years ago before they did that tour, because that was their first tour.
Okay.
But years ago, I remember being like, yo, come to Reno. Because I saw his name. I was like, oh, is that the drag queen? Go to the profile. No, it's a band. And then I'm like, oh, okay, Trash. That's, and then it's Midwest emo. And I was like, I fucking love Midwest emo.
Yes.
It's so good. Love all the songs. I'm like, okay, cool. Come to Reno, come to Holland. They do on their first tour with these other bands. It was awesome.
Okay.
And then for them to come back around for their first headlining tour was pretty cool. That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
They have a lot more shows going on. If you're listening in any of the other regions of the United States, they're going all over the place. So definitely check them out. If not, just check out their music. They're super fucking awesome. They have this Screamo album out now. It's kind of what they were focusing on during this tour and this show. But everyone was really good. Everyone was really, really good. So I had a ton of fun.
That's awesome.
Super, super fun. The only thing is, and forgive me because I'm gonna be a hater for a second.
Okay.
I don't necessarily like all ages shows, and I will go to them if need be. But that's because I'm old. It feels like I'm so old, and also it cringes me out seeing these young girls almost trying to throw themselves on these dudes who are adults, and it's crazy because I think the lead singer of Trash is hitting 30 now or about to be 30.
Yeah.
And it's okay, he's kind of a peer for me, but then there's this 15, 16-year-olds who are I don't know, I don't know, because it's you look at a little kid and they look like a little kid.
Yes, yeah.
And there was this other band that was on there, and look, I'm not hating on them. They weren't my particular style.
Yeah.
I forget their name. I think they were just a band thrown together, honestly, from friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they pulled one of the girls up on the stage, and she straight up looked 13 years old, a kid, a baby child. And I was like, this is I don't know, it was cringing me out. I was like, ew. what are we doing right now? And she was like supposed to be singing this song, and it was crazy because I felt like in the beginning, before they got on, they set up their stuff.
Yeah.
And like they're getting ready to play. And the guitarist, the bassist who pulled her up, was talking to her before the show, like while he was setting up, because she was right there in the front and was like talking to him like blah, 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 blah. And then he was like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I couldn't really hear what they were saying, but I kind of heard like, oh yeah, and then you can kind of like press these whatever. And she was saying like, I guess she was saying she knows all the lyrics to this one song.
Oh, okay.
And so he was like, oh, that's cool, whatever. And then, but they high-fived or something at some point, and then I heard her turn to her friend, and her friend was like, oh my God, he high-fived you. And I was like, oh my God, bro. And so when they pulled her on stage, I was like, all right, here we go. Like, sing your fucking ass off then. Literally didn't, froze. And I like, don't blame her. That's like a very scary situation. I feel like even for me, I'd be fucking like, oh fuck. But if you claim to know all the words, because then afterwards, after that song ended or whatever,
they kicked her off.
Well, yeah, he was like, you can go back now or whatever. She fucking unplugged shit while she was getting off the stage, like kicked it. And I was like, this was so hard to watch. It felt like an Office episode. It felt so awkward. And then, so she gets off stage, and then at the end of their set, he literally told her like, I thought you said you knew all the words or whatever. And he was like, I pulled you on stage, and she was like, I'm sorry, I froze. Like, I feel so, so bad. Like, I froze. And he was like, just shaking his head. And I was like, bro, she's a little kid. Like, what the fuck are you?
Which also, like, I wonder if that was, like, what their talk was, or if he's like, oh, she said she knows the words. I'm just going to pull her up so she could.
No idea.
Because if they try to do that to me, I'd be like, I wouldn't even go up there.
What?
I'd be like
looking at her, you're like pointing out behind you, like, hurt you? But I think like like what makes it a little bit like worse is like I'm pretty sure they're all married. Like everybody who was in those bands are like all wearing wedding rings.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, like that doesn't mean that they're not, because some of them had necklaces with rings on them. And I was like, oh, maybe for like playing or whatever. But that guy specifically, the bassist, had a wedding ring on, and I was like, dude, imagine being his wife and like you're there to help support him, and he's flirting, or no, maybe he's not flirting, but he's entertaining a 13-year-old child in the front row. Like, so cringe, bro. And he cringed me out. Like, I hate, this is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be a hater for a second. He cringed me out. At some point, he took off his sweater because it got hot on stage. Every band was complaining how hot it was up there. Yeah. That's fair. Lights and stuff. And so his bandmate was like, oh yeah, take it off, whatever. And then the crowd starts chanting, take it off, take it off. And so and then his sweater's already off. So he's like, oh, it's already off. And then it was funny. I was like, haha, that's a good joke, whatever. But then he takes off his shirt. And then he starts I'm standing right on the corner of the edge. He starts standing on the like speaker thingy right in front of me. And I'm like, I gotta back up because I'm like, whoa, bro, like chill out. And it felt like he was like, I cannot explain the level of cringe it was, but I was like really overdone by it. I almost vomited. I was like, this is crazy, dude. And then he kept like, and then when this side, like where I was at, wasn't like to him, because like, who the fuck are you? And he fucking turned to those little kids that were like hands out, like fucking reaching for him. Like,
were they trying to like feel up his abs or something?
I don't know. They're like filming and then getting their, you know what I mean? Like, trying to get their hand like
for the gram.
And then this is where peak cringe comes in, because he gets on that little corner, he turns to them, they're freaking out. That one girl he ends up pulling on stage, because before he pulls her on stage, is staring at him like I can only do the face, but it was kind of like wanting, like yearning, like this, like very like she was mesmerized. Like, I swear she was doing this like act. She was acting it out. And I looked at her, and I can't hide my face. Like, I'm fucking, what the fuck is going on? And so I'm like looking at her, and she catches eyes with me and then snaps back to reality. She's like, and then she goes back to just filming, like stops doing the stupid. She was like, and then she was like, and started filming again. I was like, good. Like, good. Yes. Come back to reality, little girl, because that is crazy. What you were doing is crazy. And then I don't even know. But their set was whatever. It was all right. And then they had some songs, I guess. Everyone else, though, amazing. Didn't pull anybody up on stage.
Good.
A lot of trans rights stuff. One of the band members, drummer, is a trans woman. Super cool. They had like they said some little thing in the intermission part. They had like a Peter Griffin mini blow up thing on the stage. It was kind of cute. It was a vibe for sure. Had a ton of fun other than that one song, 2 songs that were like really awkward for me because of those little kids.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't, and then there was a couple next to me. This is so crazy, dude. Like, in between sets, it's kind of quiet. Everyone's setting up and stuff.
Yeah.
And some people don't want to move at all because, you lose your spot. And I was one of those people. I'm not going to move.
Was it, like, really packed?
Oh, yeah. Okay. And the person next to me and her husband, I assume, because she's like, where's my husband? Where's my husband? Where's my husband? Where's my husband? Whenever he left.
That's crazy.
She was like, they were like talking and she had brought her friend with her and her husband had said something and I was like kind of listening and then he was like, if she gets pregnant because of her outfit, like, I can't help that or something like that.
What?
And then
about his wife?
Yeah. And then she was like, I got pregnant at a trash show. And then her friend was like, after the trash show, not at the trash show, right? And I just was like, what is this conversation happening right now? Come on now. There's children next to you. Chill out. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It was fun though. It was super, super fun. Seeing Trash was great. Seeing Derek again is so, so awesome. It was the shiznit. And I went with my partner, who's the best accompaniment for those kinds of things, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Super fun. We both wore our trash shirts, and then I got a new trash shirt, and yeah, it was sicko mode. I maybe should have gotten something from one of the other bands, like the Summer Breeze one. They had a cool hat. I'm just not into the logo that they chose for like the rest of the outfits or like shirts and stuff. Yeah. But the hat just said Summer Breeze on it, and I thought that was cute, but I didn't get it. I'm not really a hat person.
Yeah.
I'd like try to be, but I'm not. I'll put on a hat and then feel like I can't wear this, and then I'll take it off.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I feel the same way, but I don't know. I put on a hat at work the other night, and
like a baseball cap.
You may have seen it. It's like the little T-Rex on the rocket. The little white one. It was on a desk for a while. It was an embroidered one.
Oh, nice.
And I just put it on, and I don't know. I just feel like I don't know if I have the head for hats. I don't know. And then I had it on, and then everyone was like, oh my God, you look so cute. And I was like, okay, thanks.
See, that's how I feel. Like, I'll wear beanies all day. I look good in a beanie, but like fucking, and like specific beanies.
I feel like beanies are just way too hot for me. The only time you're going to catch me in a beanie is outside.
Beanies can be pretty hot, but like, I think it depends on the material. Like, my partner has a lot of Carhartt beanies. Those are fucking warm.
Dude, your partner gives me anxiety when I look at him at work wearing his beanies, running around with the madness of a great work ethic, and it's just like so hot in the building, and I'm like, please take it off.
It's the only way he'll work. It's like actually hiding his batteries. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. But he loves it. I don't know, but
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's just some people. But I've always wished I could be like snapbacks are never my thing. I like a dad hat or whatever, like the ones with the straps you adjust. I've had some ones that look kind of good on me, but it depends on my hair day, and it depends on if I did an eye look or not. Because honestly, I feel like otherwise I look weird. I don't know, and I can't get over it. Like, I'll put on a hat and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Do you think you just aren't used to seeing yourself with the hat on?
I don't know. I got a new hat.
Are you a front hat or back hat?
I'm definitely not a back hat. I feel like when I put it on backwards, it's even worse. I'm like, why does it look like that on my head? Like, what is going on? But if it's a front, because also maybe it's because my head's so small. Like, I have to fucking adjust it so much.
You should try a fitted hat then. Because that's what I tried, the fitted hats where it's just like the actual size and it's just like
boo boo. I can't. I like the little strap to pull it.
Then get a smaller
and I like
smaller head hat size of the strap.
I like other hats, like gardening hats, like those like kind of soft ones, not like the whatever they're called, like the yellow ones, but like the soft ones that are like made of like thin material, and I like a lot of snow hats, like those ones with the ear parts that come down. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's kind of square. Yeah. And it has like the ear parts in the front part. Yeah. I like those. Those are nice on me. But I don't know. Maybe I should get a spinner hat.
I always want the little drink ones.
Yes, that's cool. Dude, Sweatshop put us on some. There's some pretty cool hats.
Every time I think of the little hats, you said the little winter ones with the ear covers, I always think of our old supervisor.
Oh yeah, I guess he did wear that
often.
Yeah, and I love that hat. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I have one of those.
Cute.
It's very nice in the snow anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much what I did last night. I got fucking. Have you tried those Reese's peanut butter cups with strawberry and grape?
You asked me,
okay,
and I have not.
So good.
Never even heard of them.
The strawberry ones. Well, I went to the store 7-Eleven one day to like get something, and I was ready to check out, and then on the left of me I seen them, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I grabbed one. I grabbed the strawberry one, and it's so good. Last night I tried the grape one. It was alright, but the strawberry one's really good to me, and I think like I don't know why they didn't do it sooner.
They had to cook.
I finished season 3 of The Righteous Gemstones, which means I'm on the final season now. And
the last and final season?
Yeah, the last and final season. I don't know if there's more episodes coming out or not, or if they're all out yet. But okay. I know because on Max, they release them like episode every week. But I haven't started it yet, so I'll probably have a little bit of time before it comes out, if there's more.
I'm so sad. I saw a TikTok earlier, and it was like a list of canceled or discontinued shows. The Sex Life of College Girls is in there. And like they ended the season on like
a cliffhanger?
Kind of ish. So I'm like, oh. All right then.
I don't know. There was a show that I watched. I feel like it's that show, like way back when it first came out, and then like first season, and then it got canceled and got brought back, and then it continued, and then I like didn't watch it. So honestly, I don't know. It's crazy. These shows. There's too many. There's so many shows.
I wish I had like in the video it shows I don't remember which show that has been canceled like 8 times, but people just keep paying to keep it going. So I wish I had the money to be like, no, run it,
yeah,
just literally. For me,
dude. Petition, get those little backers or whatever it's called, because people be doing that for all kinds of shit. But yeah, The Righteous Gemstones is hilarious. And I just started the 2nd season because it's like still on Max and they release episode by episode. But of The Rehearsal, which is Nathan Fielder's show. And I love Nathan Fielder from Nathan For You. And also he was in that show with Emma Stone called The Curse. I haven't got to watch that one yet, but it looked really good. But The Rehearsal is like this really elaborate show where he takes people and he helps them rehearse for certain things in their life that they might feel anxious about or unaware of or like unknowing but want to get some practice in. Like one of the craziest episodes is him raising a child with a woman who's very Christian and he's Jewish, and they're trying to raise a child together. Like at first it's the rehearsals for her and like wanting her like what it would be like for her to have kids, and so they get like a baby actor, and then they get like they age it every couple weeks or whatever in her thing, and they get her a house and stuff, and then it just like it kind of gets like spun off the rails where they're arguing about whether they should raise a child Jewish or Christian or not. And then like the first episode is the best, where it's like he's talking about this guy who doesn't have a PhD and all his friends have PhD. He just has a master's or something. And so he's like, I want to tell them that I don't have a PhD, but I'm afraid that she's going to be mean to me. And so he's like, why would she be mean to you? And he's like, I don't know. Just like her jokes sometimes can be mean or whatever. But they always go to trivia. So he sets up this entire place that looks like exactly like the bar.
I think... Did we talk about this on the pod already?
I don't know, but it's the best show in the entire world. Yeah. It's so good. So anyway, season 2 just came out. The first episode's out, and it's like it leaves off on a cliffhanger. So there should, if you want to wait till the second episode comes out, definitely do that, because then I think it'll finish the first one. Like, but it's so good. It's so funny, and it's really hard to imagine that these are real people in these real
Oh
situations.
my gosh, yeah.
And they're just going with things. They're just, yes. yeah, okay, I'll do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's so weird to me, but it's a great show. So
Nice.
definitely recommend that as well.
You said it was on Max.
On Max, yes.
Nice.
And recently watched, they have a lot of good movies on Tubi, like older movies. And I watched, they have the entire Scary Movie series on there. And then they have Death Becomes Her, and that movie is so good. And I was watching that recently. It was really good. They have like a couple Pauly Shore movies, and I think that's really lit. I'm probably gonna watch some of those soon. But a lot of stuff is coming up. They have what is that movie called? I
don't know. I'm still trying to figure out who Pauly Shore is.
You don't know Pauly Shore? He plays. You seen the Goofy movie?
Yes.
You know the guy who does the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Mm-hmm.
That's Pauly Shore. That's his voice. He does a lot of acting, like voice acting in our generation, but before that he was like a super popular like 90s actor.
Okay.
And so he's in a lot of movies like Encino Man with Brendan Fraser, and he has like a lot of movies like included Brendan Fraser or like and his friends. And like yeah.
Okay.
Good. Also, while we're on the topic of movies and stuff like that, it is going to be the 20th anniversary of Dogma, and they're going to do a special screening at select theaters, I think.
Of what?
Dogma, and it's this movie with the guy from My Name is Earl and Jay and Silent Bob, and anyway, it's like kind of a religious thing, but it's a hilarious movie.
Okay, nice.
So just for everyone to know, if you like that movie, if you like Clerks, if you like Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, stuff like that, then you're definitely gonna like this movie, and you should definitely check it out. It's gonna be coming to theaters, and I hope to get a ticket to our theater that's gonna be playing it, so that I can watch it for the 20th anniversary.
Yes.
But yeah, that's it for me on movies and stuff, I guess.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, last night we played some Fortnite.
We got a dub.
We did.
With the girls.
Yeah, which I feel like playing quads is always so hard. I feel like every additional person is so much harder.
Yeah.
I'm like it went like from me and our other friend just doing duos. Because then like she's like, I just got second place. And then it was with me. And then we weren't ranking like obviously to the end, and then like you joined us, and then like when we were in fours, I was like, oh my god, there's 4 people we gotta kill now instead of another 2 or 3.
Yeah,
but it was a lot of fun.
It was super fun. It's been a while since I played Fortnite.
Yeah
so that was cool.
Yeah, this is the first time I played since the last time I played a few weeks ago.
It was my first time also talking to our friend's friend for the first time, like,
yeah,
and that was cool. Everyone's so good at the game. I feel like I'm so mid.
No, what?
I'm so mid.
You were like carrying us.
Shut them.
You know, literally. You were coming clutch at the like best times.
I appreciate you trying to make me feel better.
I'm not. You're like the only one alive as the whole team was dead.
That's because I was falling behind. Everyone's like at where they need to be, and I'm like, where are we at? Because I don't even know where to go or anything.
Dude, I know. I was like, I don't even know like what the map is. I haven't played.
No idea what's going on.
But it was fun because the first time I played, our friend was like, oh, this is this, and this is this, and this is this. And then she was like, oh, wait. She's like, you know some of this, huh? I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't know the most new map and like everything in the map. I was like, but I know a lot of the stuff. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
She's like, sorry. I was like, no, don't be sorry. I was like, I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's so funny. I ran into, just because of the topic of sorry.
I love that game.
Sorry. It's been forever since I played that game.
We should play. I think I literally have it up there.
That game, it's been a long time, but I would play it again.
We should have a board game night.
That sounds fun.
Just you and me.
We have to figure it out though.
And your partner.
If the schedule's yeah.
Align.
We gotta get our we gotta get into sync. But I was talking to some guy recently, like at work. We were working together.
Yeah.
And he kept saying sorry for things. And I was like, oh, no need to be sorry. Like, I'll do that for everybody. Everyone who's like, there's just some people who are built that way, who just say sorry a lot, especially women. So I wasn't really expecting it from a man, because men don't typically do that. But it's like every single thing. He's like, can you just double check this real quick? And I was like, oh yeah, it looks good. And he was like, sorry. And I was like, no need to be sorry. He's like, oh, I say sorry for everything. And I was like, yeah, I'll just say no need to be sorry every single time. Like, I don't know. It's just like in my nature to be like, oh, it's cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But it just kind of caught me off guard because I haven't really experienced that before. But going back to the video games, I just started playing Oblivion, which is a Bethesda game, and they remastered it or something recently, and it's like before Skyrim. And my partner really likes it, but he loves Skyrim, obviously. And I think those games are hard for me. Like, I'm enjoying it because I like character creation. I like magic stuff. I like riding a horse. But when there's so much dialogue, eventually I just start skipping through it.
That's literally why I don't play RPGs. I feel like
it's crazy
because I also just skip, and then it's like,
oh, what was I gonna do? Yeah, like I don't know.
And it's like, oh wait, they told me. And I was like,
I have no idea.
And then the person's gone.
My partner was like, okay, so it's so funny because I'm playing it right, and I play it like while he's sleeping. Sometimes we have different schedules sometimes, and I'm playing it, and then I like get off, and I tell him like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing on that game. Like, I'm like, I went to this gate, I went inside the gate, I killed these guys, I go up in this tower, confused. I don't know where I'm going. Yeah. And I was like, I just left.
You're just doing.
I was like, there's no marker now on the map. I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going. Yes. I was like, I'm just fighting crabs in the water and like going to bed, and like I don't know what I'm doing. And he was like, load it up. And I was like, right now? And he's like, yes, I loaded up. He's like, go to the gate. I go to the gate. He's like, go in the tower. I was like, I did all this. He's like, go in the tower. So I go in the tower and I climb it. And then he's like, keep going. And he's like, okay, now go through there. Keep going. I was like, there's like dead bodies from where I last was in there. I was like, look. I'm like, look, I've been through here. He's like, keep going. And then like eventually I get to a room I haven't been in yet. And I was like, oh, I guess I gave up too. I just didn't keep going, but it's like not because nothing was telling me like, oh, keep going.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
dude,
okay,
I literally like, I love Assassin's
Creed?
What's a Creed? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I played it, and then I just never got back into it.
Yeah,
because I got stuck, and I was like, where do I go from here?
That's what happened with me in Skyrim. Like, I started it, and the most time I spent was on the character creation, and then I got stuck, like got lost. I didn't know what I was doing, what the purpose of. I kept dying. I just was like, okay, this is over. I'm done now. But like, my partner's like, well, it's because you keep skipping through the dialogue. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing. And like, they told you to go to the top of the tower. I was like, well, obviously I was going to the top of the tower, but then the tower is so big. It's like, I'm tired now of going to the top of the tower. I want to go do something fun, like exploring the world. And so like, I was like, I think I just like need to be more patient with role-playing games. And I'm not. So, because I'm just so used to like, you know, and like that South of Midnight game was it reminded me a lot of God of War, like the first God of Wars, where you do a lot of like juggling combat and stuff like that. And like she has like these things. It's kind of like the Chains of Olympus, like that God of War has. Like it was like super similar fight style and like kind of like world generation, like platformy kind of thing where you're like climbing on the side of the wall, like when you're climbing up from hell and like stuff like that. Like it was very similar. Like there's even a part where like when she takes their souls to like regen health, she like grabs them and then breaks them, and it literally looks like God of War when he grabs their chains and breaks it. And it's like, I don't know. So I'm just used to those kinds of combat games and like that kind of thing that like I guess
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, just maybe it's just role playing games I'm not used to yet or something.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I'm still playing it. We'll see how it goes. I got a horse, so I'm excited.
Nice.
For free from an orc.
I love that.
Yeah. I was given a book to read recently. It's called Mendocino Noir.
Okay.
And in it, there's a specific chapter I was told to read. And it's about a murder that happened like 20 years ago.
Just the chapter?
Yeah, because each one is a different story.
Okay.
Of Mendocino murders.
Okay.
Or true crime. And this one was the last chapter of the book. And so I read it. And it's about this guy who gets murdered. He goes to visit Mendocino from Sacramento. I'm not sure. I think he was from Sacramento. And he goes out there. It's his second time ever going out there. The first time he went out there was to meet this guy and have a rendezvous with him. Little gay thing. And then the second time was to meet that guy again for the same thing. So this time he ends up being duct taped to a tree and rotting. And like he's dead. And so, and no one like found his body right away, even though it was kind of like in a very super heavy like walked area, super heavy driven by area. It was like in the woods, like by this place that they take the eggs of fishes and stuff for reproduction and whatever else. Anyway, there's like three guys that are involved in the murder, and the guy they ended up murdering ended up having child porn on his computer, so they try to use that in his in their court. Like, okay, so only one of them agreed to a court, like a trial. The other two got plea deals. They took plea deals. The one that went to court ended up getting life, and the other two got way less sentences. One of them's out currently, and the other one's getting out pretty soon if he's not out also. The other one's still in. But the one that was like in is the reason why kind of that anybody really got caught up or like was, you know, that they even had proof of anything that had happened.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fucked up because he was also the youngest.
Oh. Okay.
But they were all like 17 years old-ish, 17, 18 years old. And he was like 16 or something. He says he was the lookout while everything happened. He didn't kill anybody, but there's no definitive proof of who actually killed him. But also in that state, in California at the time, at least, I don't know if it still is. If you were there, you're involved. It doesn't matter. Like you also murdered him technically. So he fucked up by going to court instead of trying to just get a deal or whatever. And I'm like, oh, this is a crazy story. Like, this is a crazy story. And you keep reading it, and it starts talking about their friends, their families, their girlfriends. And one of the best friends of the guy who gets out first, we know their husband.
What?
Yes. And I was like, what?
Crazy.
What?
Crazy.
So, yeah, obviously their husband has nothing to do with the case, like murder-wise, but was best friends with one of the guys, if not knew all the guys, though.
Oh, wow.
But best friends with the guy who got out already. And in that book, too, it talks about how that guy is married to a woman now. And apparently the person we know's husband is, like, besties with her. Like that's my sister type.
Whoa.
And that's how close they are. Because everyone in that area is very close. It's a small town. And anyway, the reason why I bring this up is not even for that. The reason why I bring it up is because this woman who is married to that man is claiming that her father, who is 80-something years old, is the Zodiac killer.
No.
Yes. She says she has proof. She says that these certain things are lining up with some of the murders that had happened then.
Okay.
That they have this special like part of their ranch or farm or like this land that has this like barn or shed in it, that's where he would torture the people and kill them.
What the heck?
That's her thing. Like she thinks that that's true.
Her claim.
Yes, her claim. People are doing podcasts on it. People are doing YouTube videos about it. People are like, it's making news again. Like she's getting interviewed and stuff because she just came out with this.
We could have her on the podcast.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh my
That's what I was thinking. I was like, hold on, let me see if I can try. Maybe I can contact her myself and
yeah, that's what I'm saying. We were
get her on the pod because the thing is, like, so I did a quick little search of it. I tried to look up some stuff, try to see what was going on, and try to see if there's any validity in her claim. Yes. The only real thing, because like she has a video up on YouTube. You can literally find her YouTube where she has a video. It's like all black, like it's videoed in the dark or something, of her dad trying to talk to her, and she's like asking him about these murders and stuff, and he's saying things, but you can't really hear what he's saying at all. It's kind of like really old mumble stuff, and then she like reiterates what he says. And so I stopped watching the video because I was like, I don't know what he's saying. I can't tell if you're telling the truth or not. You know what I mean? You could just be taking advantage of your own father. I don't know. But people were like, well, he was a psychiatrist. So some people think, oh, maybe he's just admitting to murders he heard about because he did work with killers. Yeah. Or her thing is that him being the Zodiac killer is not just him, that it was 2 other or 3 other people, including a woman, who were all his patients. So that's what she's claiming. Okay. And they're all dead. The other ones that she's claiming is part of this. So it's kind of hard to validate that as well. And apparently the father has said that he wants to be arrested for this. He wants to be taken into custody, but the police won't do anything. And he said if the police take him, he'll point out where the bodies of the murders happened or whatever, and the cops won't do that because they said that they took his DNA and they put it in the fucking thing, and it's not a match. He's not. They say that there's no proof whatsoever that he is it, so they're just giving up on that whole thing. And she's like, why won't anyone take me seriously? Why isn't anyone listening? Like stuff like that. So I just thought that was really interesting because just like to be connected. And she said she's known since she was a kid. Like she's like, I've always kind of felt like yada yada yada. And it was like, that's nuts. Like to think like, because I was saying like, well, people often come out and say their dad or their granddad was the Zodiac killer. Yeah. That's like a common thing. Everyone thinks their fucking granddad's the Zodiac killer. Yeah. And I wonder if like this is another case of, oh, it's just an old man saying things. Yeah. Or is this it? Like, is he really the real Zodiac killer? You know what I mean? Yeah. I just thought that would be really interesting to, if we
just to hear.
Yes. Out. Yeah. Just to hear out, just to hear like, what is her proof? You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, so maybe I'll try and get in contact with her and we'll see if we can get her on. That'd be kind of crazy. Yeah. That'd be cool. But okay. Yeah. I just want to let you know about that stuff. I just thought that was pretty interesting, kind of heavy topic that like recently I was like, holy fuck, like this is wild.
Yeah, well, that would be really interesting. Have her on, just hear her alleged
side, what she thinks is real.
Yeah, because didn't they already get the Zodiac killer?
What I was thinking. I thought we knew it was a police officer.
But you know what? People have gone down for the wrong crime plenty of times.
It's very true. Very true. And sometimes they just want a bag. They just want to be like, oh, finished. Got that guy.
We got him.
So, and if she's telling the truth, who's to say that he wasn't one of the guys in the group? Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it'd be cool.
Well, let's get into the word of the day. Our word of the day today is alacrity.
Okay, what does that mean? Alacrity?
Alacrity.
Oh, my bad. Alacrity.
Alacrity.
And it is a noun. It refers to a quick and cheerful readiness to do something. I feel like that word sounds like the opposite of that, but
it kind of like because of lack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good word though.
It is. Alacrity.
Alacrity. Does it have a sentence?
She accepted the invitation to go on the trip with an alacrity that surprised her parents, who assumed she wouldn't be interested.
Okay.
I like Picasso. Like it.
Picasso.
Okay, I just tabbed over to our slang. We have a new word. Number 1, ratio.
Okay, ratio. I think that's like, if I had to guess, because
Okay.
I've seen it online sometimes, but
Okay.
I've never really understood it. I think it's like when you retweet or reshare something and it has more likes than the original or something.
Okay, it says to give more negative than positive responses on a social media post.
Oh, okay. So people hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you got ratioed. It's like
Yes.
super negative.
Yes.
Okay.
And number 2, we have Sunday Scaries. Number 3, Parasocial Interaction. Number 4, FAFO. And in number 5, we have something new, Heliophysics,
Oh, what's that?
the scientific study of how the sun works and its effects on the solar system.
What's that got to do with slang?
Dude, these kids are wild.
They love science, bruh. They love it.
They're like, let's throw them a curveball.
They said, what's up with the sun recently?
You know, these heliophysics are getting out of hand.
That's crazy, bruh. Okay, good list. FAFA's on there still. I love FAFA. Yeah. I've been hearing that a lot more. It's crazy. Ever since we started doing this, I hear the words way more often in the wild.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
These people at Merriam-Webster know what they're doing.
They know. They fucking... I remember way back when they had like this show. I don't know what it was called, but it was like fanatics of like... or like collectors of things. And there was this one guy who had like all this Simpsons stuff. And Merriam-Webster eventually added the word dope from Homer Simpson into the dictionary because it had grown with such popularity.
Wonderful.
And I think that's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just like tabbing over on their thing.
It's okay.
Word Finder. Wait, what is this? Oh, I think this is supposed to be their Wordle, maybe? Or
they have Wordle on there? Nice.
Kind of, but not really. It just says Word Finder, unscramble letters and solve word games. I guess so.
I got a new vacuum.
Yes.
And it's the Shiznit.
Nice. What kind?
I forget what it's called, but it's purple and glittery kind of, and I love it. Love it. And it's sucking up everything, all the little grains of dirt.
I love that.
I'm so excited about it. I want to get a handheld one, like a little mini one.
Like that one?
Yeah, like that one.
Nice.
Because like my stairs.
Yes.
I mean, like I could use a vacuum the whole time.
A stair attachment too.
What?
It's just like a little bit wider.
Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
With dogs, man, you gotta keep up. It's hard, bro.
It's hard.
The way I vacuum, because I hadn't had a vacuum for a while because mine broke. And then I finally get one and I vacuum like the same spot over and over and it's just getting so full. I'm like, dude, these fucking dogs, dude.
It's crazy. I know I do sweeping and then I have hardwood floors, but I just have a few accent rugs and like the hair is just all over the floors. And then my Roomba, it works, but then like lately it has an automatic like cleaner, so it'll empty itself out.
Okay.
And it just hasn't been. So then I have to go and manually do it. And I'm just like,
dust, the nastiness. Ugh.
Yeah, you just got to tap it. But it usually just sucks up into the bag and it just hasn't been working. So I was like, I guess I got to try to fix it later.
Okay, robot technician.
I've tried a few things. So I'm going to try some more. Basic troubleshooting, guys. Don't give up.
Fix it, Felix over here. Hey, that's cool though.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I am gonna start off our gratefulness.
Yes.
I am grateful for the opportunity to go see live music.
Yes.
Grateful for a healthy family. My little babies are good.
Yes.
Grateful for my car.
Mm-hmm.
Getting me from point A to point B every day, getting me to this podcast, getting me to the grocery store, having money for groceries. I'm grateful for good health, good mental health.
I love it. Yes.
I've been thriving recently in that area.
Yes.
Super proud of it. And yeah, I mean, it's made everything better. Like I'm grateful for also my job. I'm grateful for the energy that I receive there and like the coworkers that I've made friends, and I'm grateful for my friends. Grateful for my artistic ability, and I'm grateful for the sun. The sun was hitting today while I drove here. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, I love that.
What about you, Jess?
Wow, I don't know if I could top that.
I think you can.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm definitely grateful for everything you said.
Mm-hmm.
And also really grateful for 2 new additions in my life. Super fun, super exciting.
Super cute.
Super cute. Oh, my therapist, really grateful for my therapist.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I was telling you earlier that like I had an appointment, so I do bi-weekly, so I didn't go one of the 2 weeks in between, so we did like a month spread. And sometimes when I go, I'm like, I feel like I don't always have things to talk about, but then we'll like dive into other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. And then I feel like, of course it was fine. But then I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I just want to complain to my therapist about this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, geez. And yeah, and then when I went to therapy, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I love it here.
I love that.
Such a vibe.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right? Like when you find a therapist, that's the goal.
Yeah, just vibe out.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna say, I was thinking we should do kind of like still gratefulness, but also like one thing of today that's so small that was so great though. Just so people remember like to be grateful for like the littlest things. Like
Sure.
For me it would be like you walking in with that beautiful smile.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding. No, but just like something little, like even, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. I haven't done much today. So
I'm like, I know. I was like, I just woke up a few hours ago.
I know. I was like,
if we count the whole 24 hours from now, I guess, like in the past, then I don't know if this counts as little because, like, I don't know. But when I was at the show with my partner, he was like behind me, obviously.
Yeah.
And there was like, it gets pretty crazy at some of the shows sometimes. And I felt him grab onto my belt loops or whatever.
Yes.
And I was like, safety. Like, it felt comforting.
Yeah.
So,
that's
definitely
great.
something.
Yeah, just something so little.
Yeah.
For me, it was, okay, I guess, because I'm trying to think within, like, the last scale of 24 hours. But between, like, work and stuff, I feel like, I'm trying to think. Okay, at work, I had a walk-in, and it was this guy from Ireland.
Oh, nice.
And just the talk I had with him was really, really nice. It was like, he was an older guy. I think he said he was 76.
Okay.
And we were just kind of reflecting about life and stuff. And I feel like that was really good. So I'm really grateful for that conversation. And then, yeah.
Nice. I love that.
Just a little talk.
Sometimes those little talks are just the most refreshing.
Yeah, it's about the little things, guys. Don't forget.
Yeah, definitely. It's easy to overlook some of these things, but paying mindfulness and paying attention to these things will definitely help you feel like lighter or better throughout the day. I feel like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, my one highlight from last week was that our friend that we were playing with last night, while we were at work, randomly came up to me and was like, just so you know, you're a really big part of my, I can't think of the words verbatim, but basically of her mental health journey going well. Aww. And her like confidence and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. I was like, that's so sweet. And I was like, oh, I just melted.
Love that.
Made my week for sure.
That's very cool.
Yes.
And so with that, I guess we can say have a great evening, day, and night. Bye.